Thank you, everybody, and thank you so much to Corey for making this happen. As I said, if that providential phone call didn't come about...
And I have to give her one of these.
Oh, my gosh.
She's officially now Green Bay. We've been to Lambeau Field, and we've been all over, so I have to give her an official cheese.
Oh, gosh.
Scarf and hat. So.
Oh, gosh. So from the Irish Isle to Green Bay, yeah. Green seems to be the colour of the day. So yes, it's a great privilege to be here. It was a long hike of a distance to come, but it's a great honour and it's a great privilege. As of this moment in time, I've just seen a little piece of the shrine, and I just think it's absolutely beautiful. I never realised it was just in such a remote area, but that's what Our Lady always does. She chooses the most way out places that one can possibly find to appear and to to give graces and blessings to many people. But I heard a priest friend say to me once that at practically all the apparition shrines, or sites, should I say, Our Lady has always asked for a church to be built. And I think that's part of the reason why we have all these beautiful basilicas all dedicated to Our Lady around the world. So, getting back to the Worldpriest Apostolate, the Worldpriest Global Rosary Relay, as Corey has so kindly mentioned, has quite a history behind it. It just didn't happen out of nowhere. And what I'm going to do is I'm just literally going to share a personal story. It's a personal response to a personal vocation. Plain and simply. We're not part of any major big organization. We have our own group, and as I said, it's a personal response to a personal vocation. So in 1994, I attended a retreat in Ireland that I quite simply hadn't intended going to, but the Lord had different plans, and by pure and simple divine providence, I ended up at the retreat. And on the Saturday afternoon of that particular weekend, as a very saintly priest who has since gone to his eternal reward, a beautiful, beautiful priest, Father Kevin Scallon, he was praying with me before the Blessed Sacrament, and I clearly heard these words, and the words were, "Promote the priesthood at any price." And I went, good Lord. Gosh, Jesus, you got me in the most roundabout way to come here to this retreat to say these words to me. And I said, you're some character, but I don't know what to do. So I spoke with Father Kevin after, and I explained to him what happened. And I said, look, I don't quite know what to do. But he said, Marion, you will be led. So at that particular point in time, I have to tell you all is that I'm a creative director. I'm an advertising executive with a full advertising team of TV producers, graphic designers, web developers, print design, everything in the whole communications area. So to hear those words, promote the priesthood at any price, was what I had been training towards for many, many years. And then having my own advertising company. So I came back to our base office. My staff at the time said to me as I walked in the door, they said, gee, Marion, what's happened to you? And I go, oh, sorry, what, guys? Nothing's happened. No, that's not, something's happened. You look different. And I'm going, well, maybe there's a reason as to why I might be looking a little different. So he said, sorry, but tell us, what, did something happen? So I explained to them. And they went, oh, right. Gosh, you're going to fire us all. And I'm going, no way, not a chance, no. I said, this is a discernment that has to take place. I need to spend time with my spiritual director. I need to respond to this vocation in the best way that I can possibly do it so that the fruits will be as good as they possibly can be. So they said, we knew something happened. We knew. So they said, look, when you make that decision, I promised you that I said I will get you the best jobs in the top advertising companies in the country. And I said, yeah, okay, right. So the next morning they wanted to talk to me. So I went, oh, Lord, I've got a problem here. These guys have thought their boss is kind of, on another planet or something. But no, they said, look, when you make your decision, we've all worked together for many years, can we go freelance? And I'm going, clever. Because that meant whenever I did make that change, that I was still going to have the same team of people around me. But it meant that they could go and work on other projects and for other organizations in tandem with all of that. So that kind of puts things into the picture in terms of how we were able to, with very limited resources, because we then formed as a not-for-profit organization in Ireland. So as I said, we were ready to start to respond to that vocation to promote the priesthood at any price. So through my different journeys, particularly here to the United States, in that same year of 1994, ironically enough, at Seton Hall University at the International Institute for Ongoing Clergy Formation, Monsignor Andrew Cusack, who I had become quite friendly with, when I shared my vocation story with him, 3 weeks after it happened, we met in Ireland, and he said, you've got to come to my institute in Seton Hall. And so I went there for a couple of different years, and I met with all the priests, and I spoke to many priest gatherings each evening. I had my slot. So it was in that same year when I actually became a very good friend of John Cardinal O'Connor's, thanks to Father Benedict Rochelle. He made the introduction there, and we stayed good friends. And, we've two very, very holy priests now interceding for the apostolate and for the world and for the United States, literally at this time, and many, many other great, great priests also. I then became aware of the fact, as I was meeting more and more priests, I was saying, gosh, they are just so, so beautiful. And so I kept taking off the commercial advertising hat and putting on the spiritual hat in terms of saying they really are so, so special. And we need to do something to tell the world how wonderful our priests are, and to affirm and inspire our priests as well. So that gave birth to the development of a website called worldpriest.com. So that was launched in Ireland by our local Archbishop in 2003 with great success. So since that, we had been building upon it and going more and more global. And in 2007, we incorporated Worldpriest Inc. here in the US as a not-for-profit with a 501c3, and we're now also listed in the Kennedy Directory, which was another big step. So all of this was going on, and as I said, it's very much thanks also to St. John Paul, because I could never understand as to why we did not have a day when the entire world could actually stop and pray specifically for our priests. And so, typical me being me, I head off to the Congregation for Clergy in the Vatican, and I ask, why is there not such a day? And they were very, very nice, very understanding, and said, well, we do have Holy Thursday. And I said, but Father, that's not what I mean. That is, that's the day when the priesthood was instituted. It's a very, very special day. But I'm just talking about a general day when everybody of every age, kids, nationalities, doesn't matter, all can join and pray for our priests. So nothing happened for a little while, and I just kept, plugging it and, just asking the question. That was all. And in 2002, it was St. John Paul who stated that every year from there to forth, the Feast of the Sacred Heart was now going to be the World Day of Prayer for Sanctification of Priests. So that was my cue. That was it. I was off. This meant we could get really moving. We extended the website more. We ran national and international advertising promotional campaigns for which we got sponsorship for. Because bearing in mind, through all my advertising connections, we would have done a lot of print over the years with various people. So they were very politely asked to consider doing all the printing for the requirements that we needed. So that all happened. So it was a spectacular success. So each year, a theme came from the Vatican in relation to that particular day. So then we were praying and reflecting upon the apostolate in terms of how could we bring the lay people in. We said, like, yes, this is for priests. And so we, as I said, reflected. And in May of 9 years ago, I was awoken one morning at 4 o'clock in the morning. It's the honest truth. And all I heard was 20 countries, 20 mysteries. And I was woken up and I kind of said, 20 countries, 20 mysteries, like, hold on a minute, like, this is like, what time is it? And I said, look, I'll go back to sleep and then we can, I'll reflect upon it again. But there was no way, I couldn't sleep, not a chance, no way. I was saying, gosh, that was Our Lady. And 20 mysteries is the Rosary. And 20 countries means it's got to move somewhere. So something's kind of got to happen. I don't know what it is, but something's got to happen. So I reflected with our team, our board of directors, and we came up with the idea, unbeknownstly so to us, that we were in the process of, within a month, just about to launch the first ever World Global Rosary Relay for the Sanctification of Priests. And we just went, oh, good Lord. Like, the first year was truly spectacular. It really was. We picked 24 shrines dedicated to Our Lady. And here was first, because it's been the national shrine. Then what happened was, so that was 24-hour clock, every half hour, a shrine dedicated to Our Lady. In various countries, various ways. And I'll explain to you in a moment as to how it works, because the way it works now is very different than when it actually began. So over the years, as I said, it has grown and grown and grown and growing. And we move forward to this year, which is the 9th anniversary of the Global Rosary Relay, where we had 189 single prayer locations in 85 countries. And we really haven't done very much. We've done everything we humanly possibly can with very limited resources, but we've just done it. But it's Our Lady who's absolutely gone flying with it. So it's her idea, it's her rosary, and it's for her priests. And we're just little instruments in order to try and make that happen. But there really is very little that we can do. When Our Lady wants to do something, it just moves. So, okay, this is how the Rosary Relay starts. This year, it began in Korea. So they would pray the joyful mysteries of the Rosary to a packed church. They would seriously promote through local media, and through all the promotional material which we share with them. We've very complex packs that will help every single shrine, and I would personally directly communicate with every single shrine individually, the whole 189 of them, because it's built upon friendships. So it's wonderful when you ring and they kind of say, oh yeah, no, we have the date in the diary. Yep, we know it's coming. Hi, Marion, we're fine, we're okay. But we need this and we need this and we need this. And I go, okay, fine. So, yeah, so as I said, it started in Korea and they did a Facebook live broadcast. So they prayed the joyful mysteries, and there's a very set structure to how it is prayed. So because they let us, they weren't receiving it from anywhere, I suppose, bar Our Lady herself. So as I said, they prayed, and but we also, about a couple of years ago, we wrote to then Pope Benedict, and we told him about the great success of the Global Rosary Relay for the Sanctification of Priests. We were always very strong on the Sanctification of Priests, and we asked him, would he consider writing a prayer that could be prayed as a connecting link between each of all the different locations all over the world. So within a matter of weeks, the prayer came back from the Holy Father. And it's absolutely beautiful. It is on our website, and the website is worldpriest.com, and you'll find everything that I may be referring to. You will find it online. So as I said, yeah, Korea. We're back to Korea for a moment. So they then spiritually sent it on to the shrine of Our Lady of Magadan in Russia. where Father Michael Shields picked it up there and said, we have just received the Rosary Relay from Korea, naming the church, naming everything, and we are now picking up and praying. So then they prayed their part, and then they spiritually sent it on to China. So the underground church in China, there's quite a participation, quite a high participation from there. So as I said, it goes all over the world. It goes all over, as I said, Vietnam, Pakistan, where this year 500,000 people joined in prayer. Our Lady gifted us with a wonderful young gentleman with a beautiful wife, 2 beautiful kids. She literally gifted us with this beautiful guy, and he just worked so hard. I mean, he drove out at 38, 39 degrees in very high dust, bad visibility, to go out and meet priests way outside Karachi in order to have that parish pray in the Global Rosary Relay. So that's how 500,000 people, like that is a lot from Pakistan. And that's only their 2nd year in the Global Rosary Relay. So as I said, it's every single country in the world is involved. Like it goes all over Australia, New Zealand, all over Europe, Ireland. We had many locations in Ireland, England, quite a number in the United States, Iceland, Guatemala, all Central America, South America, literally everywhere. But the excitement with people is unreal because they all want to know what time is it coming to us at, and who are we receiving it from, and what mystery are we praying. So what they all do at each of the single locations, and it would be a perfect example in terms of what would happen here at the Shrine of Our Lady of Good Help, whereby they would let everybody know that here was a participating shrine and promote it. And many locations did live TV broadcasts, a lot of Facebook, a lot of YouTube broadcasts. EWTN are a very major partner with us in this apostolate. So wherever EWTN are, we're guaranteed a global, national or local TV broadcast. So there's many other TV networks that have come on board as well. And it's all spreading the word and getting people involved and bringing them to the website where they will get material, etc. So it's very, very staggering as to what Our Lady has done. Because as I said, we look again now, as I said, to this year, whereby 12 to 14 million people from all over the world joined in prayer, either through a TV network or radio, or people praying in their homes, no matter where you are. If we were here on Global Rosary Relay Day, and today being the Feast of the Holy Rosary, we would check our list and say, okay, say California are praying at such and such a time. We would say, okay, let everybody just stop and join and pray with them. So the whole world can actually unite from where one is located. You don't have to go anywhere. But all the basilicas, the churches, the cathedrals are packed, absolutely packed. Like we were very blessed this year also with in India with Cardinal Gracious of Mumbai in India. I invited him to participate in the Rosary Relay this year, and he was absolutely thrilled. He didn't know a lot about it, but he certainly does now. A very, very holy priest. So he's working on bringing the whole of India in next year. He is actually president of the Indian Bishops' Conference. So he was in Ireland, where we had the World Meeting of Families, only just in August. So it gave us the opportunity to meet with him and discuss many plans for future. We also had our Worldpriest TV camera crew present, so we were able to do a lot of interviews, and again, they're all on the website. So we use every single aspect that you can think of in terms of the communications media to get the word out and to have as many people as possible to pray. So, as I said, we calculated from the 12 to 14 million that prayed from all over the world, that meant there was 700 times Our Lady was greeted as Hail Mary. 700 million. It's incredible. I mean, it really is. Like you see those figures like in, I don't know, Wall Street, but you don't always see them in terms of our faith. So, but the beauty of it also is that kids join. Like in Hawaii, they've got 4-year-olds praying a Hail Mary or a Glory Be, or many people form a human rosary. So it allows people to be very creative in praying and doing all sorts of things that will really mean a lot to, particularly young people. And I really believe myself that that is a potential great seed for future vocations by involving young people. It gives them a role. They're very excited about it. The parents all have to come because their kids are being involved. So churches are just packed. So it's just a wonderful celebration. It really is. So I'm going to ask you a question. What do you think of the Annual Global Rosary Relay for the Sanctification of Priests? Anybody, any comments or questions?
It's a fantastic idea, especially now with all what's going on. They need prayer 24 hours.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Do you know about Relevant Radio?
Oh, I do, yes.
Yeah,
yes.
Because we already have the rosary at 7 o'clock every night.
Yes.
Yeah, mm-hmm. And you talk to them about this.
Oh yeah, I know Father Rocky. I know Father Rocky. This is just one day in the year. This is the Feast of the Sacred Heart. Every single year it falls on.
Next year.
Praying for our priests for a long time.
Oh, absolutely.
The rosary.
Yes, absolutely.
Well, pray for a priest.
Absolutely, and it's been for many, many, many times. And as I said at the beginning, it's purely a personal response to a personal vocation. The 20 countries, 20 mysteries was not my idea. So all we're doing is trying to make it as big as we possibly can. And I know there are so many wonderful people who have spent their entire life dedicated to Our Lady and to the Rosary. But I feel that if we don't be faithful to what we were asked to do, that that's not good. You couldn't live with yourself.
Without priests, we got no Eucharist. We got
absolutely.
confession, we got no sacraments. We got
yes. And it's a wonderful opportunity, as I said. It's bringing people together on a world scale, a world scale. But 2 years ago, I had the gift of opportunity of meeting with Pope Francis on Global Rosary Relay Day. We promoted the Jubilee retreat for priests, which Pope Francis was giving in the Jubilee Year of Mercy to the priests of the world, because they wanted to get the word out. So, as I said, we partnered each other. So I was in Rome with my colleagues because the Rosary was being prayed in St. Peter's Square as part of the Rosary Relay that evening. And but I just landed in Rome to be told that I was meeting the Holy Father on the Friday morning. To which I thought Father Gino was kind of, I don't know, this was kind of, I won't say a joke, but not that, but I said, oh, Father Gino, like this can't be for real. Like, I mean, I'm only in, no, he said, no, you're meeting the Holy Father. So that just gave great joy, and it certainly lifted the apostolate. So as I said, literally that is what we do every single day. Night and day, the team are working, as I said, working up to Rosary Relay Day. So now we actually have crossed the threshold of our 10th anniversary. So Green Bay, the shrine here, your shrine, is celebrating the 160th anniversary. We're celebrating the 10th anniversary.
Yeah. Sorry, I was a little late. So what's going to happen now? It's going to be next year?
Well, once June of this year passed, we were already in our 10th year.
Oh, you're already? Because
that was the 9th Annual Global Rosary Relay. Okay. So the next one is actually the 10th. So we're in that year now.
Yeah,
2019. Yeah, all the promotional material is all done and online for 2019.
4 months.
Which is next year, yeah.
And then it will be culminating on the next year?
Yes.
On this day?
On the Feast of the Sacred Heart. Yeah, on the Feast of the Sacred Heart. Yes. All over the whole world.
It will be all over the world, but it will be here for us.
Oh, yes, absolutely. So what our prayer is that every shrine will, use the communications media that are there to live stream, to tell people, to get the word out, and to just literally for the 10th anniversary to not let's have 700 million pray, let's have 1 billion plus be joining in prayer. So
So how do we take this information out in our church?
If your shrine is not listed or signed up, you can contact Worldpriest through our website.
No, I mean now,
Pardon?
we're here.
Yeah.
But now I'm going to Relay. There are 15 churches.
Yes.
Yeah, how do you pass? Because nobody knew it. I didn't know anything about it.
Yeah, well, that's why I'm here.
Yeah.
That's why I'm here to share with you.
My priest doesn't know it, and I get on.
Yes.
I
Well.
picked up a few of these.
Yes.
But
Well, we can get you any information that you require. So if you're going to your priest now, right, and you go to him and you can tell him what I've shared with you,
Yeah.
and take him to the website. It's worldpriest.com. It's on the brochure, and everything is there. Now, as I said, one does not have to be a tech head or into computers and everything in order to be part of the Global Rosary Relay. Like, everybody can join, as I said, from a 2-year-old to a 92-year-old.
so anybody, when we say the rosary in church, can we offer this for this event?
Yes, yes,
Then
yes.
we can change it.
Anybody who's praying the rosary on the 28th of June next year, which is Global Rosary Relay Day, just pray for the same intention. It's not another list to add to prayers of novenas that are being prayed. It's on that particular day you offer the intention for the sanctification of priests, which means you're part of the entire world of prayer.
So so it will be the end, the 28th, the
Correct.
vigil
Yes,
of that day.
yes.
So we'll be here too, and in all the churches.
Yes, all the churches. Yes, yes.
So we want
The
to
churches
spread
and the
news
homes.
of the
Yes.
church keep this date for the
Yes.
time.
So when I meet Bishop Bricklin, I'm hoping that he will make an announcement, to let all the priests and the parishes know that this event is now, taking place. Yes. And so it's so easy.
Yeah, it's easy.
Like it's not replacing or override. It's just in tandem with something that literally is already there.
Signal traces, or
Beg your pardon?
have you received any signal traces, or?
How do you mean? Sorry.
She's been inspired by the Holy Spirit.
Oh yes.
I'll take.
Oh no, absolutely. I mean, I couldn't do what I'm doing otherwise. No way. No.
Your eyes are shining.
Yeah. No, I'm a lay Carmelite, and the whole Carmelite spirituality is very, very important to me, particularly St. John of the Cross. So I would have had that strong spiritual seedbed, as there's only 2 inspirations, as I said, of the promote the priesthood at any price, and then the 20 countries, the 20 mysteries. So when you just know in your heart that, I could have done lots and lots of other things. I could have said, oh, forget it. Look at, my advertising company is doing so good. I love it and it's great and we're doing good. But when you are called to something, you actually have no option. You don't have a choice.
Have you discerned this with your confessor?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
He's discerned it with the bishop?
Yeah, we have an Episcopal advisor as well. Yeah. This has been growing since 1994. Yep. So it's just our gift to the world. Nobody's asked us to do it. Sorry, yeah.
You spoke of Cardinal Connor.
Yes.
Did he write a prayer, the daily prayer for priests? Was that part of it?
No, that was Pope Benedict. Yeah, Pope Benedict wrote the prayer, yes. Yes. So as I said, the word is spreading, and the priests are so thankful. Because, the priests can organize it in their parish, but it's lovely when the lay people kind of organize it as well. So, it's not a complex thing, but look at the amount of prayer. I mean, if somebody tells me that 700 million Hail Marys haven't been prayed in one day, like it's not having an effect for good on the world. I mean, it really is. So, let's just try. We're not asking anybody, as I keep saying, to stop doing something that you're doing. It's just on this particular day, you're joining with an entire world. You're part of a world community. And as far as we're aware, it is one of the few world communities who can actually, join in prayer. So as I said, there's one thought that comes to my mind as I said, in relation to it all, and it's from Vince Lombardi. And it touched me very deeply. And it goes, once a man has made a commitment to a way of life, he puts the greatest strength in the world behind us. It's something we call heart power. Once a man has made this commitment, nothing will stop him short of success. And that just strikes me, and it's kind of answering the question that you were asking. As I said, you put everything into something that you really believe in, and it just brings so much joy, not to oneself, but to so many other people. And that is what.
Opposition from the devil?
I've had, well, if you get back into promote the priesthood at any price, I went, uh-oh, this ain't going to be an easy one. And it hasn't. No, it hasn't. But
The devil's attacking priesthood viciously right now.
absolutely, yeah. And
Destroy the church.
yep. And I've had a few very, very upsetting situations in my own life, not directly because of what I'm doing, but indirectly, if you know what I mean. But I know why. I now know why. But no, everybody's just so happy to be part of something that is worldwide and that everybody can join, of every culture, every race, every age, literally for just one purpose, to be part of a world community at prayer. That's all. So listen, thank you so much and have a wonderful day. Thank you.